Alright guys, welcome again. In our previous tutorial, we show you how to find the greatest common divisor of any number or finding the GCD of any number, and we apply the test case conditions wherein we created the method and we pass some parameters within the method. We apply the conditions here. So in this tutorial, we are going to show you how to find the factors of any number. Before we begin, let's try to comment this code, the previous code. Alright, here we go. So if you're just getting started with us, you might want to watch some of our previous tutorial in this course. Okay, here we go. Okay, and we try to bring this down a little bit. Alright, here we go. So in order to find the factors of any number, what we do next is to apply our method here. Because we already have our public static void main method, so we create our sub method here. We say public. This time around, let's use private because we show how to use public in the previous tutorial. So we say private, and we say static void. So this one we don't need any data type specifically, so we say void and we give the name of our method. Let's say print factors. Print factors, and we try to pass some number within the parameters. So we say int and we say number. So we only have one parameters within this method. So let's come here and we say if number is less than 1, let's say system.out.println, and we say invalid value, right? So if the numbers is less than 1, there is no need to find the factors of it. So it's less than is what, or invalid value, right? So that is the conditions, and we come next under the curly braces here. We say for int I equals 1, I is less than equals to, and we try to call the parameter. So the name of this parameter is number, and there is only one parameter here. So we say number semicolon, and we say I plus plus, right? We come next, we say if number %i, if number %i equals 0. So here I put double equal, so it's equal if you try to read it from the programming syntax, but here is equal. So equals 0, curly braces, and we say system.out.println, right? So here we have it. You can see the code very clear. Let me try to expand this for you. Alright, here we go. So now that we have done building our method, our sub method, and we apply the conditions, and we also build our for loop to test the conditions. Now what we want to do next is to pass some variables, or to pass numbers to these parameters. So what we do, we come right here within our main method. This time around, we are not going to use system.out.println. No, it's wrong, because what we have here is void. So void cannot return it, just like if you come now and you say return, and you say number. So you see here it is like error, because you cannot return within the void, right? So that's what we use system.out.println. Okay, so if you come here within the main method, let's try to test this condition so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's say print. We try to call the name of the method here, the sub method. We say print factors, right? Let's say print factors, and we try to pass some number, let's say 100. So you see here we have error. there is an error. So we cannot use system.out.print once we have void here. So except you have data type, that's why I left this code here so we can make reference of it. So if you come here, sorry, that was pretty fast. Okay, let's come back. What do we have there? This should not be this way. Okay, I want to make reference of this code, and okay, we will always have error there, but there is something I want you to see. That is, we try to say system.out.print in here for this one, and because of this we have system.out.print in because we declare the data type for which we use within the conditions. Here we are not passing the data type. Here we are not passing the data type. Like, let me show you. Here we don't have the data type, we only have void, right? So we cannot use return here. Okay, so how to resolve these issues is by saying you just call the name of the method, right? So in order to resolve this issue, you come here and you say print factors. You see now it's been highlighted, and you try to pass on, let's say 100. Okay, so we try to find the factors of 100. This is the code, you can see it clear, and let's try to run it and see what we have. Let's try to observe it. It's running actually. Alright, here we go. We will soon have the result. My compiler is pretty slow, or what? Let's try to rerun it again. Maybe that's the issues. Okay, so here we go. We have our result now. So you can see the factors of 100. You have 1, you have 2, you have 4, you have 5, you have 10, you have 20, you have 25, you have 50, and you have 100 itself. So finding the factors of 100, that easily means that the numbers that you can divide 100 by without remainder, right? So you can divide 100 by 1 and without remainder. Like, you can divide 100 by 2 without remainder. You can divide 100 by 4. You can divide it by 5. You can divide it by 10 without remainder. 20, 25. You can divide 100 by let's say 50, and 100 itself without remainder. So these are the greatest not greatest common divisor, but these are the factors of 100. The previous tutorial we tried to find the greatest common divisor of the number, but in this tutorial we show you how to find the factors of any number, right? So let's try to test the conditions again. We try to put some number like 25. Let's try to use 25 here, and we run the result and see. Alright, here we go. So you can see we have it here for the 25. This is the result of the 25. So 1 can go into 25, 5 can go into 25, and 25 can go into itself. Just like we did for 100, 1 could go into 125, 4, and 150 and itself, right? So this is the result of the factors of 25. Now the next thing we want to do is to test these conditions that says if the number is less than 1, what happens? It should return an invalid value. So in order to test the conditions, what we do next is to put minus here in front of the 25 or any number you have. you just put minus here. So minus anything here will be less than 1, right? Otherwise you can put 0. 0 is less than 1, and let's see the conditions. So we try to print it out and see what we have. Alright, here we go. So you can see we have here invalid value because we try to pass 0 for the parameters. So 0 is less than minus 1, and it certifies the conditions that says if numbers is less than minus 1. So we are saying that if the parameter is less than minus 1, this is the conditions, then return system.out the print in invalid value, right? Good. So the last one we want to do is to try 1000. So we see all of the factors for 1000. Let's try to test that. Okay, so we have all of the factors for 1000, all of the numbers that can go into 1000. 1000 can go, 1 can go into 1000, 2 can go, 4, 5, 8, 10, and so forth. 125 can go into 1000, 100 can go, 50 can go, and we have 250 can go into 1000. We have 500, and we have 1000 itself can go into 1000. So these are the factors of 1000, right? These are the factors of 1000. So you can apply the test case conditions to test all the other numbers you want to do. We stop the tutorial here and we move to our next tutorial in this course. Don't forget to subscribe as we bring you more content. Thank you, and let's move to our next Java tutorial.